This is Shred, and one of my favorite things about metal is the D word, diversity. I actually started by listening to death metal. Then I got into prog rock. From there, I unearthed the treasure trove of doom, black, power, my new favorite, neoclassical metal. In this video, I'm ranking the top 5 metal genres of all time. Also, to find out what makes these styles heavy AF, we'll be analyzing their form. Maybe music theory can tell us why black metal is so evil. Learn songwriting, composition, and music theory for free in my Discord community below. My tabs, courses, and direct access to me and my composer friends for the small price of your soul. Coming in at number 5 on my list is black metal. Not familiar with this genre? Try checking out Freezing Moon by Mayhem. Those chilling arpeggios are like a piercing cry from the underworld. You can see here the dark and demonic key of E minor has been chosen. It contains one sharp, F sharp. Of course, F stands for fuck. Here's those ominous opening E minor arpeggios. E minor is spelled E, G, and B. Riff ends with this demonic descent. Look at all these chromatic notes here. I feel like I'm being dragged down into the fires of hell. Death metal is the 4th genre on my list. Truth is, the aggressive vocals and raging guitars scare a lot of people off, including my parents. I used to blast death metal from my room to overpower my dad's classical music. It was like a war of defiance. Now, one of the most popular death metal songs is Spirit Crusher by the band Life. I mean, Death. Now, this is really interesting. Chuck Schuldiner of Death uses the double power chord shape here. Here's a way to visualize the notes all together. You've got your first power chord right there, and then you're basically building another power chord on top of that. Double power! And it has this really kind of spacey effect. Normally, we hear harmonies in thirds like this, but Chuck was more of a fan of the fifths approach like that. Third best genre on my list is power metal. Power metal is fast and passionate. This style is characterized by epic storytelling and virtuosic musicianship. Just a good fucking time. Dragon Forces Through the Fire and the Flames is a perfect example. Now look at this. Through the Fire and the Flames uses a very scary key signature. 3 flats. This is the key of C minor. Sounds like that. So you got B flat, E flat, and A flat. Another thing I want to point out about Through the Fire and the Flames is the use of pedal tones. Every time you see the open G string, of course that's our favorite string to finger if you're not familiar, that gives us this context and foundation for the music to be built upon. It's a pro composer strategy. Pretty much every hit song ever made uses pedal tones. Heavy metal is number 2 on my list. Starting in the late 1960s, heavy metal shocked the world with its aggressive vocals and powerful guitar riffs. Black Sabbath's Iron Man is often cited as an archetype of this sound. Now this is really cool. Tony Iommi, the guitarist in Black Sabbath, invented what I call the power chord melody. Let's say you have a melody, right? But then you add a power chord behind each note to beef it up. This melody is so compelling that Ozzy sings along. Let's be honest, the king of all metal genres is thrash metal. Sector is by far the most popular, selling hundreds of millions of records. Intricate guitar riffs, fast drumming, and punk-influenced vocals. Biggest metal band of all time, Megadeth, I mean, Metallica defined the blueprint for thrash metal. Their 1986 track, Master of Puppets, is the ultimate thrash opus. The writing on this song is brilliant. Of course, it uses pedal tones or a repeated pitch that serves as a tonal foundation. This allows Papa Hetfield and the boys to get away with murder. There is so many chromatic tones or pitches that fall outside of the key. There's another one. Basically just plays the devil's scale, which is the chromatic scale, all 12 notes. But I promised this wouldn't work and it wouldn't sound good to our ears if we didn't have all of these O's in here. Song starts with O, metalheads. Better when she does it. Here's my question to you. This is important. What's your favorite genre of metal? There's so many out there to consider. Here's what I want you to do. Name one band in the comments you think everyone should hear that's indicative of your favorite style. Not 69 bands, 420 bands, or 666 bands. Just give me one. Go to my free Discord community below to learn songwriting and music theory. It just costs your soul. It's so cheap. Till next time, shred till you're dead.